Hi everyone. Okay, my question for today was earlier this morning. I sat in meditation with the question to find out if Donald Trump actually has Alzheimer's, and is he in the early stages or not? And in meditation, I got that he does. And then the guidance was just to use tarot and the LeNormand to understand why he had the cognitive tests and the extent of Alzheimer's, how much it's affecting him or has been affecting him, and maybe how bad it'll be in the future. So, okay, so with that in mind, I want, through the cards, I want to get confirmation that he does indeed have it, and then I want to know the extent of it, and why the cognitive tests. Okay. So we have Six of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, Three of Swords, Ten of Swords, and the Page of Wands. So this tells me it's in the early stages. The Pentacles definitely rule our health and functioning, logical functioning. The swords does do as well, but for sure when it comes to health, like your physical health is very, very, I don't want to say because I don't want to put that out on anybody, but when it comes to physical health, Alzheimer's is very detrimental, to health. So this doesn't look good. This does confirm that I would say he does, and hits in the early stages, and he is having trouble, clearing out the cobwebs of the mind, and it is causing him stress. So based on these cards, I'm not gonna say that his doctor recommended it. I'm gonna say that what I'm getting here is that because of the way he's been feeling, and it does run in his family. His father had it. I don't know at what age it began for him, but Fred Trump had it. Fred Sr. had it. So it runs in his family. And early stages, proceeding along. So, early but not that early. Proceeding along, moving forward into this realm of, fantasy. This is why he goes where he goes in his brain, and this is why he can't seem to stay. Although the last time he did all right, he doesn't seem to stay on teleprompter very well. And if, you just give him a microphone, he just says crazy things. I mean, it's ludicrous, the things that come out of his mouth. And this is why. This is the state of his brain. So early onset, but proceeding forward, and it's causing, this fantasy, like looping around. He doesn't... He doesn't live in reality. And when it comes to, how, why the cognitive test, it looks to me like he was feeling like his own brain was betraying him, maybe having memory problems, and maybe even afraid of dying, from it. And so he reached out. He reached out for support with the doctors. So that's pretty clear there, using the tarot. Let me use the LeNormand quickly and see if we get any more information, especially into the future. How's he going to be doing in the future? Okay. So brain-wise, health-wise, his normal way of, walking the earth, trusting the earth is under great burden. Trusting his path on the earth is under great burden. Now, sometimes the dog will represent a therapist. It could be like a cognitive therapist. And the dog card in LeNormand can also refer to doctors, nurses, any type of a helper, healer, helper type of a situation or person. So I believe that he is seeking help for this burden, and he is getting support. He is getting support. Of course, he has the money and the wherewithal to get the best support. But there's something really painful or problems going on, dangers within his heart. He's having heart problems as well. So that's interesting. Let's see. What else with the heart issues? I'd like a little more clarity as to this dangerous type of situation here. And the cross as well. The cross is always about burdens and painful things. And, unless you're asking, like, what should I do? And you get that card, then the answer is usually have faith. Be in your faith. What do you have faith in? But it is our cross to bear. When we get that card, it has to do with our karma. It has to do with anything that's bothering us, and especially, the physical body. And also, usually, like, because of the cross here, it can be lower back problems, but for sure, like your whole spinal column. But in this situation, I'm just reading it because we were asking about his mind, or Alzheimer's, which, it does affect the whole body. But I believe this is a burden. So there's a burden on his heart as well that's more dangerous. That's interesting. So his heart, what I'm getting here, I'll ask further, but I think it looks like his heart is having more problems than his brain, like that's the biggest danger. Okay, so, and this deck is the vintage LeNormand Root Weaver. You can go to rootweaver.com to get it if you're interested in it. It's really beautiful. So clouds, so that's definitely about the brain and confusion. Tree is health. So the health of his brain is, the book as well is also the brain. He is having trouble. The answer to, these two cards that these three cards that I was more tuned in with is that he is becoming more and more confused, which would go along with, what did we have here? The Seven of Cups. So, these cards go together really well. Clouds with the Seven of Cups. So, anyway, when it comes to the health of his brain, he's experiencing confusion, and especially when he's within interactions with other people. Like, he might not be so confused, or he might not be having so many problems when he's alone, which is, that's one of the signs of somebody who just doesn't self-reflect. He really does need to go inward and self-reflect, and maybe he could slow things down. But it looks like, he doesn't do that, of course. It looks like it's a confusing and maybe even unknown, uncertain health situation. Uncertainty with these two cards here, the health of his brain is uncertain, and I'm sure they're watching it. But what's dangerous with this heart problem here, I think, will be revealed more in the future. But yeah, so interactions, and also sometimes the garden card can have to do with the immune system and, things that you can catch. So COVID-19, things like that, that could come into play here. So, okay, that's it. That's all I've got for that. Okay, you guys, thanks so much. I'll be back in a bit. Bye-bye.